when you're getting into the influencer space, right? The content creation space, what is your niche? So it made sense. I went into the right niche. So I think I also want to mention that that's why you need to have dignity. You need to maintain your brand. You need to be clean.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a podcast which we should have started a long time ago, but we finally started a podcast. The podcast is going to be based around content creation and the money which is around the content creation space. So my name is Moonlight, that's how people know me, and I'm not alone. I am with
Percy. We've been doing this for second year now.
I think this is
the first one again.
Yeah, it's the first one again. I don't know how many times we've been starting this podcast, but finally we actually
hopefully
something.
Yeah. Now you're going for it now.
So today we have a very special guest, someone I've been friends with for quite some time now. His name is Mufaro. He's going to be our guest for today. I'm going to let him introduce himself. I don't know whether I should introduce you or you should introduce yourself. I don't know what's the case. I think you should introduce yourself. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm for a tech. On social media, I'm a tech content creator, and I just make videos on how to properly utilize your phone.
Yeah.
Most people don't even know like their phone can do this and that, and that's where I come in, and I also do reviews, smartphones, cameras, and everything. Yeah.
Before you start, Android or iPhone?
That's a good question. I think I'll take both. I'll take maybe the operating system from the iPhone, and I'll take everything from the Android, every other thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get this.
So I also see that he uses both.
I use both. So.
What is it with your tech creators? Everybody just has an Android and an iPhone. Can't you just pick a side on that one?
I think it's just about being neutral. I want to know everything about the operating system from iOS, the Android, everything. So that's why we use both.
When I first came across your videos, I think you were talking about how iPhone is South African iStore is ripping us off. That's the first time I came across your videos.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about that one? Because that's the first time I came. I don't know whether you still remember the video.
Yeah, I do.
When you spoke about
I do. That was a very controversial video.
Yeah, and it got so many views actually.
It did.
Yeah. So what was the inspiration behind that video?
Okay, let me just say, I think I was just a bit emotional, in the sense that they kind of have that monopoly in South Africa, where that's the biggest brand, South Africa.
Yeah.
But you don't have to spend 43,000 rand on an iPhone when you could just import it yourself, from China or even from the States.
Yeah.
It's even cheaper to do so.
Yeah.
So that's just how I felt like they are ripping people off. I still feel the same, but it is what it is.
So comparing the prices with US and SA, is it that much of a difference between the two, iStore and the actual Apple Store?
I got to, funny enough, somebody from iStore reached out to me, and
I was about to ask that.
From iStore?
yeah, someone from iStore reached out to me, and he educated me on how they operate and everything, but I still don't take it. I still don't buy it.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Even in the UK, iPhones, particularly iPhones, are more expensive than in America, importing and everything. But what I was just trying to say is, just import it yourself. It's easier. You guys buy from China, Shein, and everything. Just buy your own iPhone because it's so expensive.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I'm an advocate of that side.
Right.
It's very expensive.
I think I sort of understand why people choose to buy it here, because when it comes to tech, you want to feel it in your hand before you buy it, instead of buying it overseas, because you don't know if it's going to come here and it's going to be having a sort of a lot of issues.
Yeah.
So probably that's why they choose to buy it here.
You could just go to iStore, see the iPhone 15 Pro Max and buy it from Apple. But also another thing, the advantage when you're buying from iStore, right?
Yeah.
There's the warranty and stuff. It's closer,
So you're able to just
imagine exactly. Imagine having to send it back to the US. That's another. So you're paying a higher price, but also there's a bit of convenience.
Yeah, maybe paying for convenience.
Yeah, you're paying for convenience.
Yeah.
Let me take you back on the 25th, on the last year, I think, 2022.
Yeah.
That's when you actually started creating content.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first video that you produced?
Yeah, so my first video was, I think, I was responding to, I think I was mentioning that buying an iPhone is a better investment.
I actually watched your videos last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you were talking about the investing in iPhones
Yeah.
and in Android phones.
Yeah. It's so much better. If you look at, I think I recently bought my mom a Samsung Galaxy A34 5G, right?
Yeah.
It's an amazing phone.
Yeah.
But it's like 7,000 Rand.
Yeah.
But that's the same price as the iPhone XR.
Yeah.
When was the XR released? Like 2018, 17,
Yeah.
somewhere there. So like, iPhone maintains value than, if you look at a 2017 Samsung or Xiaomi, that's where the problem comes. So that's why I was just like advising people that, look, you could invest in an iPhone, but if you're someone who's like, I'm going to trade in later, even though Samsung they do give you the trade in and stuff, but iPhone just seems to have.
So Mufaro also, because I've seen your videos like talking in the tech space, right?
Yeah.
So what made you decide out of all the niches to pick the tech space?
I think it was just the people I was around. You know what I mean? The conversations we had.
Yeah.
We just never had conversations about fights or, which girl can you get? It was always about tech, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, if I could have a conversation with my friends, about tech,
Sure.
why not just be the person who's just like, why not talk to thousands of people? Like now I'm talking to almost 300,000 people, you know what I mean? So I thought it made sense.
Yeah, because if I'm going to be honest, I think you're the only tech reviewer I know in SA.
There's a lot,
I'm
but
sure
I appreciate
there's
it.
a lot.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
25th, that's when you started. And then 2 weeks later, Eve Tech knocks at the door. They want to do a brand collaboration with you.
Yeah.
One thing I want to know, did they pay you and how much did they pay? If you come to sharing.
No, they only sent me products.
They only sent
like
products.
Headphones and mouse pad. I still have the items, so
Sure.
I mean it was nice. It was being recognized in your first week.
Yeah.
2 weeks. 2 weeks in, it was crazy.
2 weeks in.
2 weeks in, yeah.
Yeah.
Fast,
Did that give you some sort of validation as a content creator? Because I struggle with that. Like you create content for such a long time, and then you just like brands are not recognizing you, the views are low, the motivation, it goes away. Did that give you like a form of like validation as a content creator to be like, okay, this is actually working?
Yeah, I think it validated my thinking, because my thinking is, when you're getting into the influencer space, right, the content creation space, what is your niche? What are you going to be talking about? You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's easier if, let's say, you want to talk about cows, for example, farming and stuff. Farms will be easier, like will be quicker to come and say, look, we want you to talk about our farm, want you to talk about our cows. So it made sense. I went into the right niche, you know what I mean? If I started dancing, no offense to dancers, but like if I started dancing, it's harder for like who can I say, like come on Pella to come and say, look, come and dance for me when I have 5k followers. No one cares. But with the tech space, it's like it's valuable when you have a niche, you know what I mean? So
Do you feel like the tech space though is a small niche in SA?
Yeah, it is very small.
Because there's not a lot of conversations around this.
It's very small.
Do you remember your first viral moment when you started creating content?
Okay, so the way I went about it, to be honest, I wanted to, get under people's skin. I wanted to get on their nerves, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
There's this trend where people say signs of a useless boyfriend. Those always hit.
Yeah.
So what I used to do is I would say useless smartphones in South Africa, right? So what I would do is I would put phones that are actually kind of useless, right? And then I just put like an iPhone 50, like an iPhone 12 Pro Max. Sure. It's not useless, but I wanted people to comment like, yo, what are you saying? You know what I mean?
I try to get more engagement.
Yeah, so those, it kind of like boosted me, but then I wasn't thinking long term then. But then I realized that, okay, what if I actually provide value? I got carried away. That's what I can say.
Because I actually, when I went through your page, you did that like 3 times. And on that 3 times, all of those videos did actually very well.
Yeah.
Which is something, I don't know, man. You started your own trend in some way.
Exactly. I started it and it worked for me. So
when does Samsung come in?
Samsung, with Samsung it was actually crazy. They saw me in November, right?
November last year.
Yeah. And they were like,
it's been a year.
It's been a year. I started on the 25th of August. Sure. So they saw me that like, but obviously the Q4 is already done. They can't work with anyone else, So they saw me in November, December. I was on their radar, and January they're like, look, we love what you're doing. You're the perfect. We're looking for a young, energetic, black content creator, because obviously they need to have a variety as a brand. Sure. So I think I was, the youngest and just the brightest, and they were like, look, we love you. We've seen you since like November. So I think I also want to mention that that's why you need to have dignity. You need to maintain your brand. You need to be clean. Because imagine if they saw me in November and then in December I say some outrageous stuff, and then now they're like, okay, we liked him, but like, look, now, what is it? What is he doing? Yeah.
So what would you say were your challenges when you started out? So when you started out, you're just posting just for posting, or did you already have a brand in mind when you're posting?
A brand.
When you started, like your brand is Mufaro Tech.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did you start out as wanted to be Mufaro Tech, or you just posting just for the sake of? Just
I actually wanted to be Mufaro Tech. I wanted a brand because I thought about it. Yeah. Like, what kind of content creator am I going to be? Yeah. First of all, you guys might not know this, but I'm so funny, guys. I'm I actually wanted to do food reviews, right? Yeah. Sure. I love food. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, do I want to do this? I was like, but I also love tech. Sure. So I was like, okay, I want to maintain a clean brand where it's just like me talking professionally. Sure. Yeah. And so, I wanted a clean brand.
And you say there are any challenges you faced when you started out?
Yeah.
Like actual real challenges?
I think the challenge is the comments, bro. The comments.
Hey, the comment section.
The comment section. Yeah, I mean, someone will just come for your mom, bro. Like, it's like, someone will just come for your mom. The video is not even about.
Oh, you speak about tech. What does
exactly? It happens. Even now, it still happens. But it's just that I get a lot of comments that I can't even see all that anymore. You know what I mean? But and also another challenge is staying consistent when you're starting out, because you're not getting views. That's the thing.
So obviously being consistent when you're not getting views.
It's tough. It's tough.
Back on the Samsung deal, are you comfortable sharing like the numbers that they came with? As Samsung is a big brand, if you are comfortable sharing those numbers, you can share.
So what happens with these brands, right? Sure. When I started working with Samsung, it was an agency that came to me. Sure. You know what I mean? Sure. So they asked me. I negotiated with the agency, but now I have a like direct link with Samsung. So it might be different next time. We do other campaigns. But like my rates were low then. I think it was like what, 6K per video. You know what I mean? Per video. Exactly.
Isn't that's low?
Yeah.
That's low, man.
When you're starting
out. But that's low. I mean, that was January, right? Yeah. I think that was very low. Wait, for Samsung.
How much are you charging now per video? Like
I think my rate card. I think.
Because I remember you told me about 5K. I'm like, now you said you're charging like 5K per video.
Yeah, but like it depends on the brand. You know what I mean?
But I'm saying like your standard rate card.
Yeah, because I recently updated my rate card. So I think for IG like 12K. And also like for TikTok, so with TikTok, if it's a 90-second video, it's about 17. But then if it's like a 17K. Yes.
And brands actually pay that.
Yeah, brands pay.
As
brands
in cash,
pay.
17.
They pay, bro.
90 seconds.
Yeah.
You were still on the Samsung. What did Samsung offer you?
So I actually got to keep the S23 Ultra, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And
That's the first
and then
one.
you like also get paid on top of that for posting the videos and everything. You know what I mean? But obviously the phone wasn't part of the contract. But then later on they realized that okay, this guy is going to be making more content with the phone. And I also like pleaded, I'm like, look, I'm going to be making more content. You know what I mean? They were like, look, yeah, it's a good deal. We're going to, you know, just give it to you.
So during your journey, like from said last year, right, last year until now, what would you rate as your like number one success story?
Like how?
Like out of all of the, okay, we wouldn't say brand deals, but the whole journey. What would you say was your highest peak?
I think I'm at my peak
now
because I feel like everything has just been growing exponentially. You know what I mean? Like I started with Eve Tag, which is a very big brand, and I went even to Nokia.
I saw that Nokia.
Yeah.
Did they pay for that?
No. So with Nokia, they gave me the phone, but then they took it back.
But understandable.
Yeah, I got an email, and they're like, you know, we.
No,
like,
I'm talking about the recent phone you got, or
no. Nokia was last year. Nokia was.
Wait, Nokia still has phones.
I'm talking about the first one that you got.
Yeah. They took it back. The first.
Hey, mufaro, Nokia still has phones. Their phones. So
yeah, they sent me their phone. I think it was a what?
I see something. I actually was watching you.
Are you talking about Mobisol?
No.
Nokia and phones still.
Yeah, they still have phones, but they're making like mid-range phones. They also have like, you know, the high-end phones, but then they're not here. Yeah, they're not here.
When it comes to Mufaro Tech is a brand. You have a TikTok page and you have an Instagram page. There are so many people that I know personally which have 300,000 followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you they are not making as much as you are making, or they are not charging as much as you are charging. Do you have any inputs on that statement that I just said?
Okay, so you know the most important thing is when you're starting out, you know, there's some people who are on social media, for example, TikTok, for the fame, you know, they just want people to know them, right? And there are some, for me, to be honest, I wanted to provide value and also make money off of, I wanted to make this a career. I'm not going to lie and say, nah, you know, I'm just trying to, you know,
trying to fun.
I'm not having fun. But some people, like, they just come and dance. And for some, it works well with them. There's this Chinese guy, is it Jones? Chad Jones.
Yeah.
Is it Chad Jones? So, He's doing amazing. But, like, you need to have, like, 700,000 followers in order for you to actually start making money in those, because like there's a lot of competition. There's other dancers.
Is that dancer?
Yeah, he's a dancer. Oh, okay. And yeah, there's a lot of them. But like you need to have a lot of followers in order for you to be seen.
To be recognized by a brand.
Exactly. That's the thing.
You just need to be Kabelami type of fame.
It's really tough, to be honest. But like when you have a niche, right? For example, if you're doing makeup, right? Even if you have 20K followers, right? Even 10K followers, you're so valuable to makeup brands. You know what I mean? Makeup brands can be like, look, can you put our lipstick in your next video? It's valuable. You know what I mean?
So do you think it's better when you are a influencer for, how can I put it? Okay, if it's a niche, does it need to have brands behind it? Because with dancing, it doesn't really have a brand, it's just dancing.
Yeah.
And you can have like people calling you to dance for them. There's this girl, I don't want to mention her name, but she's a singer now. Okay. She's in America, doing shows in America. She used to be a dancer on TikTok also. I don't mention names.
I mean, it's
okay, but the song Water, it's by her.
Okay.
So I remember when I saw her videos, she was still in high school, like mid-trick or something, dancing, just dancing only. And she started singing on TikTok also, then she became like a huge thing now. She's a singer in the US, she's going around the world. So I think some people would use TikTok as a platform to propel whatever career that they have outside of being an influencer. So I'm saying, do you think if you want to be like, like Mufaro Tech, where it's brand deals are coming to you, your niche needs to be something that has products behind it?
Yeah, I think so. Because look, you know the story you're talking about. She had a bigger fan base when she then decided to start.
When she was just
it's actually good if you want to start dancing, right? Sure. You dance, you get to like 50, 100K followers, right? Sure. If you're actually good, because like everyone in South Africa can dance, bruh.
Sure.
Everyone can dance in South Africa.
Yeah.
So the competition is higher, you know.
Yeah.
Mapori is looking for a dancer. They're like, okay, you know, we just go for this one person who's, because the person has clout and they can dance.
Yeah.
When you don't have much clout and you can dance,
Yeah.
so they're obviously going to take a person who has more clout and can dance as well.
Sure.
You get it. I feel like we're mostly focusing on dancing. Yeah, but like, yeah, even singing, if you're dancing, singing, you know those talent oriented niches. It's just like maybe you elevate yourself later on but it's just hard. Do we have a brand that brands for music? It's just record labels, bro. You now have to make your own music to get those brands. So it's a really tough niche.
I don't know whether you know Lachif.
Yeah, I love him.
So there was a video that he posted. I don't know where he posted it. He was talking about local brands versus international brands.
Yeah.
And he was talking about whereby local brands don't recognize the value that content creation is bringing into the space.
Yeah.
And he actually said he's now taking more international brands because they recognize the value which content creators bring into the space of marketing or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. I don't know whether you have the same inputs as a Fletcher.
Yeah, I think I've worked with more international brands than.
Can you name them?
I mean, ExpressVPN.
There's
most of them are apps, you know, and websites. Sure. You know what I mean? I've worked with them. So, you know, I feel like in South Africa we are slowly getting there.
Sure.
You know what I mean? We're slowly getting there. Because I usually reach out to brands, you know, like, hey, look, this is my proposal. I want to do this, and then they're like, you know, we don't work with influencers. They usually work with celebrities. Sure. You know what I mean? Sure. But like the difference between an influencer and a celebrity is like, you know, a celebrity is like a billboard, you know. If a person sees a celebrity saying, look at this S23 Ultra, like, we know you got paid, bro. We know you got paid. But like if it's Mufaro Tech who's talking about an S23 Ultra, you know that he dedicates his life to talk about, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah.
That's where I was actually going. I don't know whether it was last year or 2 years back. We used to see Mufasa. I don't know if you know Mufasa Casper.
Yeah, Casper.
He was Abo Casper and Zozibini, Miss Universe.
Yeah.
I should probably give her a proper pronouns. They were all paid by Samsung to promote. I don't know. I even forgot which one.
I think it was the flip.
Yeah. Okay. I think we did speak about this.
Yeah.
And then a couple of years down the line, I don't see Casper working with Samsung anymore.
Yeah.
Why do you think that's the case?
I think I feel like brands are realizing that the most important thing is, I mean, you know, if we look at the youth, right?
Sure.
People are pushing the narrative that Apple is better than Samsung.
Sure.
So as a youth, it's like if I show you my S23 Ultra,
sure.
It's a 30,000 rand phone, right?
But like, paid by Samsung to say that?
No, but I'm just saying, like, if I show you my S23 Ultra, right? Sure. You like, but it's an Android. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then someone with an XR,
sure.
An XR, like we mentioned, it costs like what, 7K or 5K, right?
Sure. Yeah.
A person who feel, you know, superior to me, but like they don't understand, you know, what's coming with the, you know, with the phones and everything. Sure. So I feel like brands are now realizing that, okay, what if we work with, you know, influencers that are closer to the youth,
sure.
You know what I mean? Sure. And people that actually know what they're talking about. They're actually, you know, telling you that, okay, this phone and this phone, they do this and that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I think maybe that's why. An example, they worked with Nasty C with the S23 Ultra.
Yeah.
Nasty C is a gamer, right?
Sure.
He games. So it makes sense. He's talking about how the S23 Ultra is good for gaming.
Sure.
It kind of makes sense because Nasty C is a gaming audience. Sure. You know what I mean? Casper in your vest is an artist, right? Yeah. He makes music.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Unless if, you know, the campaign is about how the S23 Ultra can record. It has to be. It has to target someone, not just the phone is just being held by a celebrity. You know what I mean?
Because I did see a couple of videos where I think he was trying, like he was forcing himself to talk about tech side of the phone. But you can just see it's not. It's not it, man. It's not working.
Yeah.
But also, don't you think? Remember, we used to talk about this when you used to talk about Logan Paul, your favorite influence.
No.
No, we get there. I'm just saying. I'm just going back to the thing with a celebrity and influence. I think. Okay, I know you tell me about creating a community instead of fans.
Yeah.
So with my fans, like Casper is fans.
Yeah.
But it's not a community.
Yeah.
Like I'd say your audience Zach is a community.
Yeah.
So those people they'll trust you more.
Yeah.
In whatever you're talking about. Okay, Casper, it's the similar thing, but it's fans.
Yeah.
Now
They wouldn't
say this is a Casper podcast.
No. No, I'm just making an example. Good see the difference between if Casper released let's say Prime, Logan Paul and let's say Casper released the Prime, right? Mm-hmm. Fans wouldn't be the same as the community buying it, where it's Logan Paul, a whole community of people waiting for him to post. As you were saying, it's people are waiting for you to keep posting. Yeah, you're really the first one there to comment, right? So I think it's different when it's a whole community of people who follow you than it's just fans. Because if I'm a fan, I can just look at your music, okay, fine, scroll through. But if I'm part of the community, I feel like I'm part of something. Yeah. So I want to also participate. Yeah. In whatever you're talking about. If you're talking about a phone or want to buy it also. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the difference between celebrities and influence. I don't know what your take on
but
it.
I think I kind of disagree on that one because it just depends on what the campaign is about, how they structured the campaign. Like I said, it has to target someone. You know what I mean? For example, they did a campaign with Sprite. It was amazing. It was amazing. When they released I Can Feel It.
Even Coca-Cola does that something.
Exactly. It makes sense because Casper has fans that love his music, right? Yeah. That's a community that loves his music, right? Yeah. But if they put Sprite into that music and they just give us a song that, that just tells us that, okay, I can feel it, something like that. It makes more sense. You think about, let me just go get a Sprite and listen to that song. You know what I mean? So the campaign has to make sense. You know what I mean? Mm.
How many brands have you worked with you've been creating content for a year? How many brands have you worked with?
Yeah, 50. I don't know. Like 50. Bro, above 50, bro. Above 50, bro. It's above 50. It's a lot of brands.
Do you know in terms of money value, like how much those 50 brands have brought in?
On average,
just like a rough estimate.
It obviously has to be above 100k, right? It obviously has to be above 100k.
That's how much you've made from content creation.
It's above 100k.
You know, there's someone right now who has 500,000 followers and doesn't even come close to that.
Yeah, like I said, it's about having the right niche. You know what I mean? For example, if you are to start content creation today, think about who's your target audience and what are your target brands. You know what I mean? So for example, if I were to start content creation, I would say, okay, I'm gonna start fashion. Get ready with me. I'm targeting people that love to drip, I'm targeting, tins. You also need to know what kind of fashion you're looking. There's if I want to drip, the screw, whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm targeting those people. But what brands am I targeting? I mean, you can target like Mr. Price. It makes sense, you know what I mean? Yeah. Other than just doing random stuff on TikTok, you know what I mean? So you need to know which brands are you potentially going to be working with. Sure. So with fashion, I know
you have to have. If you are so what are you telling people right now is that if you are starting a career in content creation, have a specific niche, and have specific brands in mind.
Yeah. You need to know how many brands are in my niche. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. Because if it's food reviews, bro, there's KFC, everything. There's brands for that. Yeah. Like I said, like with the.
I remember you told me there's a guy that you put on.
Yeah.
We're not gonna mention his name.
Yeah.
And his first video that he published. Yeah. How much did they pay him?
How much did they what?
That the brand.
Oh, the fashion guy.
No, not the fashion guy. The food guy.
Oh, you got 13k, bro.
For 13.
Bro, you started like, bro.
And how many followers?
It's crazy, bro. He was on what? 7k followers, bro.
And they paid him.
Bro, I've always told him like, dude, start food, bro. Yeah. And it's not even 3 months, bro.
Sure.
start food content, bro.
Sure.
He was like, nah, bro, you capping. And he started,
Sure.
and he got a 13K brand deal, bro.
Sure.
First brand deal.
First brand deal, bro.
It was
the
how many months when you started?
I think it was like almost 2 months in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
Because he was growing.
Yeah,
he was
so,
growing.
yeah. Sure.
You see, so the thing is, the money is there. It's just that the thing is, look,
Sure.
people gatekeep.
Sure.
I'm not gonna gatekeep, guys. I'm not gonna gatekeep. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Sure.
Find a niche, and brands will come to you. As long as you're providing value, you know what I mean. Brands will come to you.
Okay, since you're already in the space, right?
Yeah.
Just for the viewers out there, can you name 5 niches that you'd recommend?
That you think
Yeah.
are like, I know tech is very much valuable.
Yeah.
Food also.
Food.
Which other niches?
Okay, in this 5, don't include tech, fashion, and food.
Tech, fashion, and food.
Yeah.
I think that's a very, cause you could talk about music, like actually talking about music.
Yeah.
Sure.
You're targeting the festivals. You know, they can say, "Yo, come and talk about our
yeah,
festival.
true, yeah.
Come and talk about."
that guy. You know that who's that guy? Taki, I think.
Yeah, that guy is amazing.
Exactly.
That guy is I love him, bro.
Yeah.
So it's easier for brands to say, look, come and talk about our festival. Come and like the Durban Fest, whatever,
Sure.
Cotton Fest. You know what I mean?
I've also seen gaming now.
Exactly.
There's a big
The
one
gaming,
also.
any event,
It's become a big one,
Yeah.
the pop culture niche is
Sure.
good. Just talk about something that you love, but then just make sure that there's brands that fall under that niche.
Which platform do you think pays the most? There's YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.
Yeah.
We've always thought
Yeah.
YouTube is the goal when it comes to money, especially. Like
So-
which platform you think? First of all, it's easy to do and it pays the most.
I think so first of all, it depends on who you are, right? So for me, I'm not really into YouTube yet.
Sure.
Yeah.
I love YouTube. I'm gonna get into YouTube. YouTube is a long-term, game, right? It pays more than Instagram. Also pays more than TikTok.
Sure.
I have 22K followers on Instagram, right?
Sure.
But my Instagram pays more than TikTok. You know what I mean? Even though TikTok gets the most brands,
yeah.
but when I get a brand on Instagram, you know what I mean. So South Africa, the brands and PR, the managers, they are pushing towards Instagram, but then they will get to TikTok very soon.
Because I wanted to ask you in terms of YouTube, but you just mentioned that YouTube is like the long term plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you feel like your career is threatened in any way by technology, or especially now, like a lot of people are pushing AI content?
Yeah.
We've seen ChatGPT and everything. So, do you feel like your career is threatened in any way by AI and technology?
I think it would make you an NPC to go to a AI Mufaro Tech page that just says, "Hi, I'm Mufaro Tech. Yeah, here's how you can do this." You know what I mean? But you want me to say, "Hey guys, what's happening?" Mufaro Tech. Yeah, let's talk about this. So I don't feel threatened because you want a human to actually talk about something.
You want to feel that connection.
You want that connection.
Because I saw Meta doing this thing whereby I don't know whether they are buying the rights to people's channels.
Yeah.
I just saw a fake Mr. Beast and I saw the real Mr. Beast.
They can use your there's this guy, he passed away I think last year, Joe.
Yeah.
Like his channel is still up and running, it still gets a lot of views.
Yeah.
But no one knows, like some people don't even know that he passed away.
Yeah.
But the videos are so accurate, it's like it's him. But it's an AI voice, even the actions, everything, it's AI. But it feels like it's him. I think I was gonna show the video. I think it's Joe something though, it's an American guy. Yeah, but from the looks of the videos, only when you're looking at the comments, reading the comments, okay, you find out, oh, this guy actually passed away. These videos are actually being made by AI. They are so accurate now.
But that's rare, you feel me?
Yeah, it's very rare. It's very
it's
rare.
not every
It's very rare.
You can't replace a content creator. bro.
Yeah, I think the human side that you're talking about, the personality also is very hard to.
The personality is the most important thing.
Yeah, it's very hard to replicate. Yeah.
It's very hard to replicate.
Do you know your most viewed video on TikTok?
My most viewed video, I think it's the dumbest video I've ever made.
think it's the dumbest.
I mean, it was just about if you put 2 fingers on a video, it just removes everything else and you just see
That's
it.
actually not your most viewed.
Really?
No.
What's my most viewed video, bro?
Your most viewed video is how to delete WhatsApp message on.
Really? Is it? Oh, no, that's a smart video. No, that's a smart video.
That one is actually close to 10 million.
Jeez. How to delete what?
How to delete messages on your.
Is it how to view deleted
How to
messages?
see, yeah. how
Yeah,
to
yeah.
see.
If someone deletes like a WhatsApp message, you know,
Yeah.
this message was deleted or how to see it. You know what I mean? But you have to have an Android.
Hey, you need to send the link to
10 million and one.
Something.
you must send me the link to that video.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
close to 10 million.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
everybody needs to.
But I mean,
Yeah,
iPhone
yeah,
users, yeah, you have to live the chart. It's for Android users, unfortunately.
Okay. I saw a video from Lachief also,
Yeah.
where he was speaking about how African content creators, I don't know whether TikTok is suppressing the views intentionally, I don't know, but he did speak about that. And I saw a video about you as well. You also spoke about that I don't know, you're like getting stuck at low views, 200 views.
Yeah.
Is it something which is intentional? What's happening there?
Yeah, it feels intentional. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, if I make a video today,
Sure.
it's the dumbest video, right? It gets 20,000 views.
Sure.
And then I make a good video, very informative, quality and everything.
Sure.
It gets like 600 views. Or at least in the first 4 minutes, it gets 300 views. Come back after 6 hours, it's at 401 views. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense that in the first 6 minutes it got 400 views.
Yeah.
So it kind of feels like there's more competition, but you can see that whether your video, is shadow banned or anything. If you go to your analytics, you can see if the video says 98% For You page.
Sure.
Because your video has to be put on the For You page in order for people to see it.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So if it's only people that come to your profile and see the video, then it means they didn't put it on the For You page. So TikTok can just say, we're not going to put this video on the
For no reason. Okay, what's your take on this thing with TikTok now that you can actually buy views?
buying views.
Yeah.
Hey, I think you spoke about
I
that
made a
also.
video about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went viral.
4 minutes to load shedding.
Okay. It's a very, very good question. I think do you, man, promote your video if you want, more people to see it.
Yeah.
But it has to be beneficial. You can't spend 1,000 rand so that you can get 1 million views.
Sure.
Then what?
But it's views, not even followers. just
Exactly.
views,
I mean,
yeah.
and then what? You get 1 million views, and then what? You know what I mean?
What exactly are you
It
pushing?
doesn't fuel anything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I mean, if you're promoting anything within that video,
Yeah.
do you?
I think we're gonna have to have a part 2 because
Hey,
no shading. Ramaphosa is.
we are still in Siddle's country, so
3 minutes, so yeah.
But
we need to have the rugby playing for
Yeah.
a whole year, so
Yeah.
no
so
training
that's
would be.
no shading.
Yeah,
But
no.
thank you very much for coming through. I know this has been a long time coming.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a second part to this because
Yeah.
this feels undone. It feels
Yeah.
it feels unfinished.
Yeah.
So, but
There's a lot to ask.
Yeah.
It's about
a lot to ask.
Just as your closing statement for someone who's creating content out there, doesn't have any plans, doesn't have any idea what he's doing or she's doing or they're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, as a closing statement.
Okay, so my closing statement is, if you are thinking of starting content creation today, just think of a niche that's valuable. Think about providing value to people. Don't come on social media and twerk. Fine, cool, people are going to see that.
Yeah.
But what the quality of the audience you're attracting, you're attracting perverts and all the type of people that are just interested in your body,
Sure.
but it's not valuable.
Sure.
So my advice is just look for the most important niche that has brands you're providing value to people. So yeah.
My dog. Thank you very much.
Could I
Thank you
Mufaro?
very much
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, my dog.
Appreciate it.
I think once we reach the 10th episode, again, Mufaro.
Yeah. We need another one.
Very, very informative.
We need another one.
We need another
This
one.
thing about the niche, bro.
Hey, man.
Hey, niche him down to a specific thing. Nature.